All right, yo, what up, Cowboy Nation? You know what it is. We about to give y'all our thoughts real quick on this preseason game that took place last night. Mother Dallas, you want to go first?
Yeah. So after watching the game, our defense looked great.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tony Pollard looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like what we have. I think that Mike White still needs some work.
Uh-huh.
Um, but overall, it was an okay preseason game. I mean, albeit what it is. I'd like to see us get into the end zone because I mean I'm not a fan of just field goals, but I get it. It's the first preseason game. We're knocking off some dust for old players. We're kind of meshing with new players and seeing how we go, figuring out backups and first and third strings and things like that. So, albeit overall, it was an okay preseason game. I hope to see better things moving forward.
Yeah, no doubt. Gonna be asking us for $33 million, and then you can't give us a touchdown pass in the preseason. I wasn't feeling that. Um, but I do have to remember that it's preseason, and I don't think Kellen Moore is going to open up the playbook and be all creative and show everybody what he's really going to do towards the regular season.
I agree.
But I wasn't feeling that drive by Dak Prescott. That looked no different from like what
What
he's
we've
been
seen.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't. Yeah, I definitely wasn't feeling that shit at all. But the defense looked good. First
Yes.
string, second string, third string. I'm not going to hold too much against them because it's third string.
Right.
Cooper Rush looked okay. And yeah, Mike White, as of now, he's any type of garbage bag that was invented. He sucks. Like he's
Yeah.
he's fucking terrible. But hey, he plays with the third string, so he plays with the third string receivers. He plays with the third string offensive line. So hey,
Yeah.
shit happens.
You get what you asking for. He's a third string.
Yeah,
You're not going to get eliteness or greatness from him. You're going to get just enough when if and when we get down to the third string. But I mean, that is a one in a million thing. But you never know. Like I said, in regards to Mike White, I think that because of the position that he's in, as far as being the third string quarterback, he doesn't play to the fullest extent that I would like him to play to. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? I feel like there are some things he could tweak and change and work on, but I
Mm-hmm.
think that's on everybody. I think that's not just Mike White. That's Cooper Rush. That's even Dak. Um, I'm a little upset that we didn't get to see Amari Cooper play, but he has a heel injury, which left him back in Oxnard, which is okay.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully going forward, we get to see him play and see how he works out and what camp is giving us.
Most definitely. I want to give a few shout outs to some players last night. Shout out to Donovan Wilson,
Yeah.
rookie safety, who definitely stepped up last night. He got a pick. Shout out to Jalen Jelks, another rookie. He got a sack.
Yes. I like Jalen Jelks. I was looking at him with the girly eye. He's cute.
Oh shit. Let me see who else.
I gotta give one out to Blake Jarwin.
Yeah, Blake Jarwin really could be the next Witten. I'm starting to see that he's stepping up most definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
he really is.
He's definitely learning from Jason Witten, which is not a bad place to be.
Oh, and two players that were really showing their ass before injuries: Cedric Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
and I forget the linebacker's name, but he wears number 57. He's a rookie. We didn't draft him, but we got him once the draft was over. I forget his last name. I know it starts with a G, but he definitely caught a pick. I believe it was against Nick Mullins, and he wound up getting hurt like later on, but he was definitely showing his ass
Oh
prior.
yeah. I know who you're talking about. And I can't remember his name either, but
Mm-hmm.
I have heard nothing but great things about him as well. And
Mm-hmm.
because of his productivity in camp, and
Yeah.
then also this first preseason game,
Mm-hmm.
even the announcers were making a joke here in Dallas because I don't know if you heard the Dallas commentary, but we heard it here in Dallas that
Okay.
he's definitely getting signed to the team, and he might as well start looking for houses in Dallas because he's definitely part of the team. So
Hey.
I'd be less than surprised if I'm sure. Well, just listening to kind of the updates. They did do a an X-ray on him, and there are no breaks, no nothing like that. So just a sprain, which
Oh,
is
okay.
something that can easily be healed with a little time and ice and rest. So it's a good thing that he's not out or missing games.
Great news. And like I said before, our linebacker core is already the shit. So if he could add to that, and if he could be a part of the Vanderish, Jalen Smith, you know, core, hey, I'm all
Family,
for
yeah,
that. 'Cause
yeah,
yeah, because he's definitely good. But there was one rookie that did not have a good game, and I saw a lot of negative comments on him, like in articles and on social media.
hmm
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson did not have a good game. I was watching him.
no,
Yeah, he got caught on a lot. A
yeah.
lot of receivers were getting past him. I was like, ugh, ugh, ugh.
I
But
was a little disappointed.
yeah, definitely. But it's only the first game. This was his first time in the NFL pro kind of atmosphere. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
let that slide for now. I'm
right.
gonna let that slide for now. But and Joe Jackson looked good.
Hmm.
Joe Jackson did look good. But it's one thing that I did notice last night that we got to work on. We fall for the bootleg very hard. Nick Mullins had a few plays where he did like a bootleg, and we fell for that a lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully we work on that. I didn't like that too much, but yeah, if I had to grade the preseason game, I guess they get a C. Ugh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's see from me too. It
yeah, I'll give
wasn't
you.
fantastic and it wasn't
Mm-mm,
terrible. It was
mm-mm,
middle of the road.
mm-hmm,
But for someone like me who watches a lot of preseason games regardless,
yeah,
just to see the Chiefs, like I watched the Chiefs game for to see the Chiefs be exactly who they were when the season ended last year,
mm-hmm.
it makes me a little upset because they are exactly the team they were last year.
I feel you.
Nothing's really changed. They all meshed well together. Everything is
Mm-hmm,
still very like it was. And I'm hoping that even with the off season
mm-hmm.
and the whole Zeke thing and the contracts and whatever it can be,
Uh
that
huh.
we get back to that mesh and
Yeah, no
that
doubt.
vibe. And I hope that that's something that happens sooner rather than later because there's only 3 preseason games left before we start the actual season.
Yeah, no doubt. And oh, and there's two players that I want to shout out to. Tony Pollard, Mike Weber. Tony Pollard looked very smooth. I like how he runs. I really think he's going to be useful. And even though Mike Weber was with the second and third string, I saw potential in the way he runs. So if you put him behind our first string offensive line, I
Right.
think he's going to be good. Walking out of that game last night from the in regards to the running backs, if the case may be, and we don't have Zeke, I'm not scared to play with Pollard and Mike Weber. I'm not.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not either. But I guess, like we have said before, they
Mm-hmm.
have to understand that that workload is going to be a lot because Zeke is the workhorse. So they're going to put a
Mm-hmm.
lot of pressure on the
Mm-hmm.
running backs in the absence of Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
But with the absence of Zeke, like we've said before, leaves a lot of opening for Dak and our wide receivers to do some things too.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, I mean, yesterday itself was a showing game. And I
Yep.
think that's what we were looking for is to see where people are. We're not, making final decisions based off of yesterday's game.
Yeah.
We're not basing the season off of yesterday's game. I would
Mm-hmm.
say that it is a jumping off point of where we head to coming into this new season. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not a bad place to be, but there are a ton of adjustments that need to be made.
Most definitely. And another player who he had a lot of praise during the camp, but it seems like when he was actually on the field, he didn't look pretty good. Was Jove Johnson, number 81. He had a lot of drop passes last night, and I was actually shocked because during training camp he's been catching a lot of bombs from Dak Prescott.
All
So
right.
I don't know. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Who
mean that
knows?
plays. I'm sure that plays a part in it too. Nerves
Yeah.
play a part in it, especially if you are a rookie or
Mhm.
you've never played in an NFL game before.
Mhm.
I'm sure that's an overwhelming feeling,
Mhm.
and it can't be easy to manage those nerves and still kind of be productive. But with time and
Mhm.
more preseason games, I think we'll get to that place with those rookies and such.
Yeah, most definitely, and yeah, and I liked Cedric Wilson up until his injury. I hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And plus, remember, guys, Cedric Wilson we actually drafted last year, but he was hurt last year, so hopefully he doesn't fall into this
Injury
weakness.
prone phase.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't, because from what I saw yesterday, he looks good.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, that's about it of what we got to the preseason game.
So I'm going to ask a quick question.
Yeah,
Who was your highlight player from last night?
highlight player.
Who was the guy that you were like, okay, I like what I saw the entire time?
I guess I would have to say Cedric Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm taking Blake Jarwin.
Blake Jarwin. Oh yeah. Cool.
I mean, I even in that game with the Giants,
Yeah,
he
true.
did a lot of the heavy lifting in that game, which was great. I think he's a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal player. I think with the right kind of tweaking and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot with him, he'll be fantastic. And also, he's also under Jason Witten's tutelage, so that
Yeah, no
in
doubt.
alone in itself is also great company to keep.
Okay.
But last night really showed that he is listening and taking it all in and honing in on his talents and focusing, and that's exactly what we want in a tight end. And now that we have Jason Witten back, like I said, he's amongst some really good company.
Yeah.
He is in conversations and talking to and building a relationship with someone who's going to the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
nice
Word.
to be in that kind of conversation with him, just so he can, even if it takes some notes from him.
Mm-hmm.
Some notes are better than no notes, and I think that
Okay.
that's what he's gaining, is that Jason Witten persona, because you can see it in the way that he plays. He
Yeah.
definitely is taking some moves from Jason Witten, which is a great thing. I love it.
Yeah. Anything that you think we need improvement on from that game?
The only thing, I mean, there's a bunch of things we needed improvement on. The only thing I concerned myself with is,
Mm-hmm.
knock on wood that this never happens. If something happens to Dak, I don't
Yeah.
know how comfortable I feel with Cooper Rush. But the main thing that pissed me off last night
Mm-hmm.
was Brett Maher. You miss a
Yeah.
35-yard field goal, and that to me bothers me, because he has always, in my opinion, been a thorn in the Cowboys' side for a very long time. And it bothers
Word.
me because these aren't, like, you're not kicking 56-yard field goals. This is a 35. This is a chip in. This should have been
Yeah.
easy, light work, especially when your only job on the team is to make field goals. You would
No,
think that
true.
you would be kind of an expert at that. So that's just me,
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah, no, I was definitely gonna use that too. That was my biggest concern, only because I know that, like, for the past season and a half, we haven't really been strong in the red zone. So
Right.
we're really gonna need the field goals if we're not gonna be good in the red zone.
Right. Right.
So we don't need him missing field goal kicks like that.
Right, because then you're missing big opportunities. You can't get the touchdown and you can't get the field goal. So what are we
Yeah,
doing down
exactly.
here? What are we
Yeah,
doing?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that was my biggest concern, and I expected to see more from Dorrance Armstrong and Taco. I didn't see too much. Their names
Yeah.
really didn't, go
Yeah.
bow. You know what I'm
Now
saying?
I will make a prediction. This is just me
Mm-hmm.
making a prediction. I could be way off base, but I'm betting on Black. If he misses continual field goals, Brett Maher misses continual field goals in this
Yeah,
preseason, he will
yeah,
not be around for the first game.
yeah. I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with you on that, because when he missed that one last night, I said, "Whoa." Yeah, but hey, Mother Dallas, real quick, you want to let the world know where you will be at, real soon?
Yes, August the 26th and August the 27th, the Cowboys are having an open practice for everyone, starting at 5:30, 5:30
Mm-hmm.
p.m. Central Standard Time. The mother of Dallas and the daughter of Dallas will be in the building. I
Oh
will
shit.
be there in all of my Dallas Cowboys glory. And if you come up to me and you say the mother of Dallas is half Stark and half Targaryen, I will film a bonus episode with you, 5 minutes, right on the spot. We can talk about whatever you want, talk about what you like, what you see, and what you don't see, all of that. I will be in the building, and I want you to be there too, so we can chat and take photos and selfies and be cute and stuff.
No doubt. Cowboy Nation. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap that up. That was the preseason one. Hopefully we don't look bad this week coming up, preseason two. Well, game two against the Rams. And you know how we feel about the Rams right
I was
now.
about to
Like,
say the same thing. I'm looking forward
yeah.
to that because I have a bone to pick. I have
Yeah.
a score to settle. So I'm happy to see them twice this year, once in preseason, once in regular season. So you know what's really up.
No doubt. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, guys, and just to let y'all know a real quick update. We offered Dak a contract that would have made him the 6th highest paid quarterback in the league. He turned it down, so we don't know where we going, y'all. We don't know where we going.
Yeah. But that's a conversation for another day. We're going to come back to that because I got some thoughts on that, but we'll definitely come back to that.
I got you. That's it, y'all. We going to holler at y'all when we holler at y'all. My nation, your nation, Hut Nation. Peace.
Bye.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!